Hello, and welcome to Armbar Audio. I'm your host, Tim Farley, and next to me is my trusted companion.
John Kearns, what's up, folks?
Today we are going to talk about NXT, of course, and AEW Dynamite. And AEW Dynamite was building towards their full gear pay-per-view this Saturday as NXT was continuing the build for War Games and Survivor Series.
Survival of the fittest.
Yes. So, we're going to cut this, Matt. We're going to cut this like we did a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to ask John what he liked about said show. He's going to ask me. That's what we're going to do.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
All right, John. AEW. What stood out to you?
AEW. Number one, the brawl at the end of the show. Did a better job of building full gear than anything else on the show. Number two, Cody's promo.
Amazing.
Number three, the Jericho video package.
Hilarious.
Le Champion. Women's tag match was good.
Very.
Good stuff.
Sean Shannock
yeah.
continues to impress.
Yes. Seeing Sean Spears on actual Dynamite, not AEW Dark.
Yeah, that was nice. Nice little build for him and Joey Janela. It's going to happen either at the buy-in or the actual pay-per-view.
I think that's on the pay-per-view. I think the only thing on the buy-in is B. Priestley and Britt Baker. Mm-hmm. As far as we know now.
I see. I really liked all those things. Cody's promo was undeniable.
Jim Cornette himself called it his version of Hard Times.
Yes.
And gave shout out and used a line that Cody's father, Dusty, used quite often at the end, saying, "That's how you do it, kid."
Right.
So the
Rock said he might drop that motherfucker.
The crotchety historian that Cody referred to in his promo gave him a shout out.
Right.
On the Twitterverse.
But in this moment, he decided to say that if he loses against Chris Jericho, he will never wrestle for the AEW championship again. What do you take from that, John?
I take it as him responding to criticism of a person in management competing in title matches. Because people are comparing him to Kevin Nash, comparing him to
Bill
Triple
Watts,
H.
Eddie Graham, you said. Yeah. But do you think that means that there's going to be a title change? What do you think Cody's never going to wrestle for it again?
Until last night, I was expecting Jericho to retain. But after that promo, I want Cody to win.
So do I. That promo made me a full-fledged fan of Cody, finally. I've always been on the fence with him, and now I am a full fan.
And the thing is, I really enjoy the Le Champion character that Jericho is portraying right now.
Yeah, and they're already setting up for after Full Gear. We heard that they're trying to buy the rights to War Games, or they're going to make something similar. Cody kind of alluded the Elite versus the Inner Circle is going to come down the line.
Yeah.
Which he said Hangman, he said Kenny, he said himself, and he said the Bucks, and he said hell, even my brother. But since the brawls have been happening, Paige hasn't really been there other than last night. Same with Omega. It's been Dustin and MJF.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I want to see the Elite, or this version of Cody and Friends.
Yeah. I could agree with that. I want to see MJF in the ring more. I think he's only had like 2 singles matches so far.
Mm.
He needs to be in the ring every week, in my opinion. I tell you what, though.
Well, he's getting his reps in at NLW.
Yeah, that is true.
And he was good on commentary at AEW Dark.
He was very good on commentary, surprisingly so. I'd say. Did a better job of putting over the women's division than JR and Schiavone and Excalibur do. I hate to say it, but it's true.
So, I really like the match between the Dark Order and Private Party.
Yeah, that was good.
I thought that was the standout match. The main event was good, but the brawl was what it was.
The brawl was the real main event to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Not that the match was bad by any means. Not at all.
So let's go into NXT.
Let's do it.
I thought that while I liked it, it didn't make complete sense. Finn Balor and the OC.
Yeah.
At the end, the main event was Matt Riddle, Keith Lee, and Tommaso Ciampa taking on the OC. As we've seen, NXT invade SmackDown and Raw already. The OC came to send a receipt.
Yeah.
They started the show and beat up the Undisputed Era, who were not on the show. Then it was a really good main event until a brawl broke out.
Not much of a brawl, really.
Finn Balor came down and gave the 1916 to Matt Riddle and did the guns while AJ was doing the too sweet. Then Adam Cole came out of nowhere, stopped the Styles Clash to Ciampa with a super kick, and then hit a last shot on Ciampa. So he's doing two things here. One is for Survivor Series, one is for War Games. And we're not, while it was a nice moment that we were like, oh, Finn is going to be in the OC and all that stuff, or like maybe they'll have a match. It's not going to happen at War Games or Survivor Series. So
no.
Why even tease it?
I think Balor's just out for blood at this point against anybody who happens to be around.
Yeah. I like the main event because I loved everyone involved. Adam Cole is having like the best run of his career right now.
For real.
He beat Daniel Bryan. He what happened with him and Seth Rollins?
A brawl broke out.
Yeah, and he's doing a lot of stuff, and it's really nice to see that side of him.
We got Santana Garrett's debut.
Yeah, Santana Garrett's debut, and she looked good. Tynara is coming along very nicely. We got Dakota Kai versus Shayna Baszler, where Shayna Baszler said she would be a waste of a pick. Dakota Kai, this was probably Dakota Kai's best match, even in a losing effort. And in that losing effort, a brawl broke out, of course, between all the women. Mia Yim comes in with a kendo stick. That led her to be on Team Rhea Ripley. I believe next week it'll be Io versus Mia in a ladder match.
Yeah.
In a ladder match to see who gets
the
advantage at War Games. Shayna still hasn't picked the last member. And this, you had a good idea.
Yeah. Well, it's an idea that a lot of people seem to have, according to the Twitterverse, as I referred to earlier. Dakota Kai being shot down by Team Rhea may turn heel, join Team Baszler.
I think that it might be like, if that happens, it'll be like Baszler being like, wow, you really took me to the limit. I have respect for you now. I want you on my team.
Or
if not, then it builds for a deeper and longer storyline with Dakota Kai always being, um, second best or second in thought or whatever, and uh, have her some type of redemption.
Right.
So
I could see Baszler playing the "Where Are Your Friends Now" card.
yeah,
Yeah.
I for sure thought that Mia Yim was going to end up on Baszler's team
Really?
because they offered her the Four Horsemen spot.
Oh, that is true.
So it kind of, and then separating Tegan from Dakota kind of doesn't make sense to me. We had Angel Garza versus the premier athlete Tony Nese in a number one contenders match for Lio Rush's NXT Cruiserweight Championship. And Angel Garza continues to impress.
Yeah.
Continues to make impressions on the crowd at Full Sail. People love him. What's not to hate? What's not to love? Whatever. Great match. Dijakovic versus Swerve. Decent match. Didn't find the right pace, but it was okay. We got, yeah. What do you have to say for NXT?
For NXT, the ending with Adam Cole made sense to me. Not so much a Finn Balor thing, as you said, but Adam Cole definitely. He's a busy man.
Yeah, he's hitting on all
week,
cylinders.
Later on this week, or later on this month, I should say. He's going to be having to pull double duty 2 nights in a row.
I'm going to tell you what, I can't wait to review Survivor Series weekend.
Yeah.
Because Survivor Series is looking great.
It's going to be
War Games is looking great.
They're doing a better job of building Survivor Series than they have in the past how many years.
And the funny thing is, with the matches announced so far for Survivor Series, it's like Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT, but really it's just NXT.
Yeah.
Because it's Becky, Bayley, Shayna in a match. Revival, Viking Raiders, if that's their name.
Yeah.
Okay. And the Undisputed Era so far.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to it.
I am expecting they're talking about their champion versus champion matches, and I don't want that to be all that Survivor Series is. So if it was me, I would say,
well, Rey Mysterio versus Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, and that's fucking stupid.
I don't know. I kind of like the build.
But Survivor Series, like, that should happen later.
What, you want to see Brock versus The Fiend?
I want to see a 5-on-5-on-5 with Brock as a team captain, Cole as a team captain, and Bray as a team captain.
I understand that sentiment, but I think that Brock and The Fiend, the way he's been booked, are too big of names and too big on the tier list. You know, everybody likes to make tier lists now, like S, A, B, whatever.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar and The Fiend are the highest level.
Yeah.
And if Seth Rollins can't hurt The Fiend, who's, it's going to be maybe Brock one day. They have a feud, but that's not going to happen now. I would say on SmackDown, the SmackDown leader should be,
or is he Raw now?
He's Raw. Kofi, maybe, and then you have Rollins as Raw. But they keep bringing out different NXT members to come out and fight on Raw and SmackDown, but it looks like it's going to be Ciampa, Riddle, Lee, Cole, and I don't know who else. They've had Djokovic. They've had Damian Priest. They've had Raul Mendoza. They've had a plethora of other people. The Undisputed Era, the entire era. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Full Gear this Saturday, and I'm looking forward to the Survivor Series weekend. Wrestling really got me hyped so far this month. John?
Yeah, I would agree with that. NWA Power's been firing on all cylinders as well.
Oh, I love the promos.
Congratulations. Yeah.
I love the promos. I love the commercials.
Yeah.
Great in-ring action.
Congrats to new national champion Colt Cabana.
Yes. And with that, wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, noon, or night, you have a great one. Peace and love to all of you. Bang!